Hi everyone, welcome back to Tara's Take. This is oops, I went the wrong way. This is part 3 of our design team project with ShabbyDabbyDooDah and the scrumptious ShabbyDabbyDooDah junk journal. So these are my 2 signatures. I'm just gonna show you really quick. I think I mentioned to you guys what I did the other day, right? My paper was too short for the width of my journal. So I went in and I sewed pieces together to create a piece that was big enough out of some avocado dyed paper. I liked it because it was the pink color. So I kind of went with that theme because these kits are full of pinks and, you know, burgundies and maroons and just really pretty. So yeah, these papers are the signature. Let's see. And I don't usually use thinner paper as this, but these papers are not your regular copy paper. They are a they're a 32 pound. So they're a little sturdier than the regular copy paper because I don't usually glue. I normally glue to like cardstock pieces, but I decided to go ahead and utilize these because of the fact that it is on the 32 pound. So I think it'll be fine. Yep, so that's that one, and then this one, just real quick, it's the same basic principle. Just go through, just pieces from her different kits I'm using, and I wanted, with this journal, I really wanted to get across the beautiful variety of papers that Tina has, and hopefully, if you don't have any kits from Tina with ShabbyDabbyDooDah, that you will go visit her Etsy shop and that you'll get some, because now she also has a website, www.shabbydabbyDoodah. I'm trying to remember if it's .uk. I have to look it up. I don't want to say it wrong. It's .com/UK, I believe, or I'll have to look it up. And I will try to remember to link it in the video. So she's got beautiful physical items in her shop where you can actually purchase, ephemera made by her. You can also purchase the different stamps that she uses on the channel. You can purchase laces. She does packets of all kinds of stuff, and then she also does her journals, so those go really quick. People love her journals, and so I'm attempting to make one in kind of the same realm of Tina's, so we'll see how good I do. We'll see. I picked some different laces and stuff today that I thought would maybe, I don't know about this. I'm not sure if it'll go with anything in here, but I brought it along because it's green, but I might be it might be the wrong green. And then we have some pieces that we've done together. I decorated this one very lightly. I didn't need to do a lot because the paper's so beautiful. I have some more stuff to decorate, and also have some things that I thought I would go ahead and put into the journal. Start maybe filling the pages with some of the stuff that we created. And yeah, I haven't finished this one yet, and these need decorated. These are the bookmarks, and then I've got this one that needs decorated. So yeah, I just thought, you know, I kind of promised you guys I would take you along on this journey, so I'm kind of not doing a ton by myself. I'm just bringing you along and making you a part of the trip. You know, this is too much of the same thing. I want to put something that's, and I haven't decorated this yet, so I do know I'm going to put something on here because this is one of my pieces that is cardstock. And then I might put here, could be this one. And when this opens, like I said, once it's glued down, it'll be easier. to open it. Open and close it. I don't know. I love this collage so much that I'm not sure what I want to put there. Let's see. And on some of these pages, I do kind of want to... Tina does a lot of like fun multiple things on pages, and I like that, where it's not always just one piece of ephemera on the page. She tends to stack and place things, you know, really cool, kind of all over. And I want to do that as well. I was wondering where I put... I had another piece. Oh, here it is. This one. This envelope one that you can come out. It pulls out and you can write on that. So yeah, we're gonna... Let's see. Do we want to do... I don't know. I decided instead of decorating right now, I think we're going to make some more ephemera, because I have a couple of things I really do want to make for this journal that I like of Tina's. And so I think I'm going to pick a couple of papers to use, and I think I want to use this one. And then that one as well. Let's see. Do I want to use this one for... I want to make... I'm trying to remember how she folds the papers. I got to remember this. That. Oh, that's right. One of the things I love is her double envelopes. And I'm trying to remember. I told you the other day, I'm kind of going off my memory. I'm not looking back at stuff and watching videos and stuff of things that she's made. I'm kind of using my memory on some of my favorite pieces of hers. So this is a double envelope. You may have seen her make it. She's, of course, done this on her mask make. I adore this one. I just think it's really cute when it's done right. And so you're just going to fold it up where you can have some space between your flap. So here, I'll show you. So when we fold this down, it's going to be an envelope. So we want to make sure we have a little bit of space between, because otherwise it'll be too... it'll cut off your opening too much. Did I get that even? As even as I can, I think. Okay. Now, so we still have, when it's open, you'll still be able to get into it. Okay. And then we're gonna fold it in half. And this is a thinner, like I said, this is the 32 I'm using, because you can do this with a thicker cardstock. It's just a little bit, I think it's a little bit easier with thinner paper. So now you've got it in, what you're going to do is cut this down the middle. Okay. Making sure I'm even here. I keep getting caught in my laces. I should move those, I guess. I was thinking I'd line some paper today, but I'm not sure. So now you're going to decide which one you want on top. I definitely think I want the heart on top, and then, yeah, I want the heart on top, and then you lift it, it'll be right way up. Okay, so now we are going to, gee, for whatever reason, oh, you know what it is? I just remembered the paper. I had to cut the paper a little bit around the edges because it didn't go all the way to the edges because, of course, her digis are in A4. That's why I said the other day, I think I'm going to buy me some A4 paper because then that way when I order stuff from, or when I print stuff from Tina, I can print it a full sheet and it will do the full sheet. Because right now I'm having to trim off a white edge because our paper's smaller here in the US. Okay, so now we're going to take some glue. These are super simple. Like I showed you, 3 folds and a cut, and you know, you're pretty much done. But they're so cute. And you have a double space to decorate because it's 2 envelopes. They're double envelopes. And just adorable. So this was always one of my favorites, Tina, in case you watch this video. I know you're super busy, so if by chance you get to see this series of videos I do, this is one of my favorites. I've always liked it. Let me make sure. Did I get that? Now see, I brought that up a little bit too much. It's off just by a hair. That should be better. All right. Do a refold here. Yeah, I feel like I need more ephemera made for this journal before I start putting stuff in. I don't want to put something in and then come back to it and be like, man, I wish I hadn't done that because I like this there better, you know. So right now I think we're just going to keep creating. I love how that fell right there with the heart and the bird and everything. That looks perfect. So now we're just going to do the envelopes themselves. We're going to go ahead and we're going to be gluing here. If I can get my glue to come out. Oh, it's kind of sticking. Oh, there we go. All right. I keep a towel under me all the time, so that's where I wipe my glue. If you ever hear me like wiping next to me, that's why. Now I'm noticing that my envelope here is this side one here is crooked, and this is too. So maybe I should have opened these. I'm gonna do that real quick, guys. Sorry. I realized I've got some crookedness going on here. And again, having to cut the paper the way I did is causing that. So hopefully those will be more even now. There. Okay. I think I'll use a quicker drying glue too. Sorry. She can't make up her mind. This is just easier. My art glitter glue is a little bit, it doesn't spread as much and all that good stuff. Oh, great. Now that's totally off. Look at that. Oh, we're going to have to trim this whole thing. It's irritating. That's what happens when you're paper. So I'm going to have to redo this on the sides, unfortunately, and even this out. Period. Like the whole thing. There. Better. I'm glad that I caught that before I went ahead and glued everything down, and then of course I would have seen it. So anyway. You'll have to forgive me. I'm running on about 5 hours sleep today. My kitties, my little Bobo and Mia, yeah, they didn't want to go to bed last night, and I stayed up and read my Bible for a while, and so I ended up going to bed a little bit later than I should have, and then they kept me awake. So I'm tired. I'm sorry. I'm a little dingy right now, but I can't do, you know, caffeine or anything, so I'm kind of stuck being dingy. I do the tiniest little tiny bit of Excedrin, or, you know, if I have a headache, which I did a little while ago, but I can't really because of my palpitation, those stupid palpitations I get. So just got to deal with being dingy. Courtney told me one day, he's like, you know, it's a bummer for you because you can't even have a cup of coffee. And I said, I know. I have coffee, but it's decaf. It doesn't really count. It doesn't feel the same, you know? So there is our little envelope, and I'm going to go ahead and figure out, do I want to put, I don't actually usually put a closure, because when they're in the book, when they're in the journal, they just kind of stay closed. But I think I want to do like a little string on this one. So I'm going to grab some of our lovely, and I still think I'm going to stick with this pink. I did that last time too. And we're going to just do some from the back. I think I have a piece. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see if it'll fit and tie. Yeah, I think it might. Let's see. Not quite. So it's got to be a little bit bigger. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to be gluing it to the back because this part will be glued into the journal. So I'm just going to cut me a piece that'll give me a good bow. Yeah, this will work. And I'm going to darken it a little bit like I did the other day. If you saw a video that I did the other day, I did this. And I just pull it through the ink. And just to kind of douse that bright white. And that's just the vintage photo I'm using. I don't want to get rid of the pink. I just don't want it to shine quite so much with white. Don't want it to look quite so new, you know? So let's see, what day is this? I don't even know. I may post, I put up the videos part 1 and 2 for Wednesday and Friday, but because this is kind of a special series I'm doing for the design team project, I thought I might just go ahead and run these straight through. There we go. So that way I'm not gluing anything on top of the heart. So I'm just going to do a thin line down the back, and it'll dry pretty quick. And again, yes, I learned this is the way I learned it from Tina. Most of my journaling, my learning, when I first started, happened with Tina on ShabbyDabbyDooDah. There's a reason that she's so special to me. She was the majority of my teaching on junk journals. I mean, I discovered junk upcycling stuff through Natasha on, treasure books, but as far as, and then like I would watch other people, Gail and Pam and different ones for just fun. I would watch them, but I actually watched Tina so much my first year or so of doing this that I'm going to hit 3 years of junk journaling. I'm not tying that tight enough. Once this is glued in, again, it's going to work much better. But the fun part with these is you've got 2 double envelopes, and you can glue this in as, because once this dries, it's dried really well. You could glue this in as a pocket, but you've got 2 nice pockets here. You've got this one, and then it flips, and you've got this one. And then you've got all the pretty paper. You can decorate this whole thing if you want, and, just have fun with it. So it's just cool because you've got a lot of decorating space, and you have, but then with Tina's stuff, like I said, you don't need a ton of stuff over this paper because it's just so pretty. So I tend to sometimes not over decorate because there's a lot of beauty underneath that I don't want to cover up. That's just me. Okay, so there's that piece. And then the other piece I wanted to do with this, now what was it? I was trying to remember. I'm going to need a couple of other pieces here. I have a partial, I think. Let's see if it'll match. Might look kind of cool. So what we're going to do is Tara's going to remember what she needs to do for this piece, which is one of my favorites as well. So we're going to go and we're going to just fold this down the center, kind of overlapping just slightly in the middle, okay? Okay, and then we are going to be going over with each corner. We're going to make this little fold in. And as I'm doing it, I'm remembering what I need to do. So I might be totally, if any of you know this piece from Tina, you might be going, well, that's not how she did it, you know, but I'm doing it the way I can remember as I'm doing it. I could go look at in my box, but I'd have to dig and find it. I've got some that aren't decorated and ready to go, but I wanted to do them with these kits that Natalie sent to the team. So, okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and just hit this with some glue. I love this piece so much, personally. It really is one of my favorite pieces. Okay. And I'm not going to glue this just yet in the center, but what we're going to be doing is we're going to be gluing this down the center. And then but first I'm going to go ahead and fold this. Okay. Trying to remember, do I need to go? I think you can do it evenly. Yeah, you can do it evenly. So I'm going to fold this in half. We'll have the two sides, okay? And I'm not going to close it yet because what I want to do is I want to put my piece that's going to go at the top. And this is going to be like the closure. But I don't think I'm going to be able to, I'll have to use the flowers. We'll use the flower side. So we're going to glue, oh, and it's just, is it good enough? Let me see. It might just fit. Is it going to cover, though, both sides? It's a little bit off. Shoot. I was hoping it would fit just perfect, but it's a little bit off. What other pieces do we have here that are just irresistible? So many. I used a lot of them though. This one's really nice. Don't really. If I do it, I'm gonna have to cut it from. Because when I fold it down, I want to make sure that the letters are the right direction. So I was kind of aiming for this corner. So let's see. We'll do this first. I'm going to go ahead and so what you're doing is you're creating a flap, okay? That's going to close this. And I'm just trying to make sure that I fold this the right way so when I cut it, it's there we go. It's going to be the right size. Okay. Probably should tear it, but hopefully I can go straight enough and do this correctly. Now, I want this part, and I want it to come over this way. So we're going to be gluing this in. Yeah. And you're going to, that's right, I just remembered, you're going to want this to go down far enough that it's covered. So I'm going to be missing those. Well, I'll still have some letters, but it'll be this part that shows. Well, I'll just have to deal with that. That's fine. Whatever. See, if we do it this way, then it'll be upside down. And I don't want it to be upside down. So that's why we're going in this way. So I'm going to go ahead and go from about right here. And the reason I'm going down this far is so it's past that opening, because we don't want the tip of that paper to show. Unless you put this in and then you can cover it with book page, which looks really nice. But I've got the paper that's coffee dyed and I don't want to waste my ink. I did that ink like that so that it would be, you know, so you'd be able to, so I didn't have to worry about book pages or anything if I didn't want to, and I don't want to waste it. So I'm just going to let the coffee dyed paper speak for itself. Okay, so now when we do this, we're going to fold this down, because this is going to be, it's going to be like this, and it's going to come like this. Okay, so it's going to be our little flap. I'm just going to go ahead and cut that straight across. Straight as I can. Of course I'm crooked. Of course she's crooked. That's a little better. And then I think I'll go ahead and round my corners. All right. I'm glad the paper cut. It doesn't always do that. Okay, and then let's fold this. And that's my flap. Isn't that cute? And then once you open this up, and so all of this I decorate usually, and then also on the insides we're going to put 2 pockets that are going to match this. Okay, so it's going to look cute. Now I'm just going to run a light bead of glue along this edge, and this art glitter glue, like I said, it doesn't spread as bad as other glues. And then along this edge, oops, if I can, Mama does shake so much. There, now, that should be good. And I don't think we're sticking together. That's nice. All right. And then now we're going to take a couple pieces of this paper and we're going to create inside pockets. So we're going to make those about that long. And I like to frame on the inside of these. So I'll be leaving a tiny bit around the edges and at the bottom. So I'm just measuring to make sure how big I want it. Oops. I think I tore that a little too much. I'm just going to run my ink along here and get rid of the, because I don't mind the torn edge. I just don't want the white core of the paper. Okay. And now we'll go ahead and we'll do this side, and hopefully, I don't know if I'll have enough. I'll probably just tear another piece. That's okay. It's all right. Yeah, I'll have to tear another piece this size. Okay, we'll just use this as our guide. Which spot do we want? Let's go with that one. That one looks good. Okay. I could just cut it, but since we've got all this tear on the other one, I'll go ahead and tear this one too. approximately the right size. Okay. And again, what time is it? Oh, yeah, I'm probably going to take you, if I'm going to bring you guys along for this whole journey, I'm probably going to take you into a lot of videos with this kit, because, or with this particular project, just because I don't want to leave you out of any step I take. So hopefully you'll enjoy the process and stick with me on it. So we're just going to go ahead and this, like I said, oh, you know what forgot. I did like the corners of this being kind of rounded. Yeah. You can tell this paper is slightly thicker than other thinner paper because it's cutting with the okay. And we're just going to put it down as a little pocket. I don't think I put enough glue. I don't want it ripping. There. And because I can't see my line, I'm going to lift that so I can. There we go. There. A little bit. There we go. Nope, it's still too far. There. So you end up putting like a junk journal card here and then like tag or junk journal card there. So you get 4 spots. I'm sorry, bumped the phone, of course. You end up getting 4 places to fill. And it's just a really pretty little pocket that you get to interact with, you know. Okay. Okay. We're going to have a lot of stuff to put in here if I keep going with my little ephemera pieces. But I really like them. I made this one slightly smaller because I've got more of a frame on it than this one does, which is fine. I don't care. So there we go. Now we're going to make a, you know what, I was right. This was supposed to come down just a little bit because when you close it, it bumps against the other side. So just trimming that little piece off. Hopefully that'll, there you go. So now we're going to do a closure. Now you could do, like I did with the other one, you could do the string wrapping around. We can do one that's on a brad where you can twist it. That would be kind of fun. Let's see. Would I have a hard time getting that in there? I doubt it. I think it'd be fine. Because it's just to about, you know, about here. I think I could reach in and close it. Let's grab a brad. Oh yeah, they're in here. I have to keep reminding myself where they are. I never use these gold ones, these big gold ones that I have, but, you know, I should use them. But I love the vintagey looking ones, and when they're little, I love the. But I do have these vintage looking ones. Let's use this one. It's coppery colored, and grab my punch. And we want to make it, so let's see. What am I going to use first? I need to figure that out. I have a bunch of fun. This is from her Vintage Ephemera set 4. Okay. These cards and stuff, which I like to use these kind of little pieces to make closures, you know, like little signs and stuff like that. I think they're fun. And then also I have, though, let me check really quick, because I know I have in this kit, in one of the kits that Natalie sent, I have a card. Let's see. There it is. I have these little guys, the tickets. Oh wait, this one might be really cute. I think this one will be tougher, and it's going to have to turn. And so now with something like that, you could actually, we could do like a embossing with clear on there to make it a little stronger, a little sturdier if you wanted to. Or you could use some glossy accents. Will make it feel thicker and sturdier as well. I'm just gonna, I think I'll probably put like, I don't know, a word or phrase on this ticket. Okay. We have these again that were words from Tina, so let's see here. Ones that would match. These are kind of small. I wish I had, I don't know where mine are. I have a kit of my own. I could print it out, I guess. It's in my computer. I was going to say, I wish I had one that says memories of hers here, but none of these do. They don't have the word memory on them. There's like true, there's love, amor, happiness. That one wouldn't match because it's like a green and it's too, I don't know. It's not, it doesn't match this kit. Traveler, got Paris, passionate. Maybe we'll put passionate on there. Let's see. How are we going to do this? Like that. Like that. I think I'm going to tear this because it's too straight. It's too straight. And I've got enough room to actually do it. So I'm going to tear it. Yeah, so a lot of these videos, I'm seeing that I'm doing more constructing for the journal. And then we'll do decorating videos. We'll do videos where we decorate the journal and put the ephemera into the journal. I'm planning on doing one where I sew the journal, which you know I hate to do on camera because it's so clumsy for me. I'm going to try. I think I've only done that once or twice because it's really a small area right here and the camera's kind of close to my hands and I end up bumping it and stuff. So we'll see. Maybe I'll sew it by myself. I don't know. I'll put it this way. We got to add a little bit of gold because, you know, this whole journal is going to have a lot of highlights. And that's just the way it's going to be. So, like that. I did, I know I mentioned to you guys the other day I was going to do some butterflies because I was pretty much out of her butterflies. So I printed them out. I just got done this morning fussy cutting. So yeah, so I fussy cut my butterflies. So now I have, and I made room for them in a whole, I'll show you. I put them in a whole separate little container by themselves. So I'd have them ready. So I have some fresh butterflies to go. Yay! Oops, yay! I'm dropping stuff. Annoying woman. Anyway. Okay, so this one we're going to put so that it will, how do we want to do this? I want it to be able to slide like that. And I just realized something. This is a little bit, if we put it here and then it slides, I don't, there we go. That'll be okay. I don't want it to get, we're going to darken this. I do not want it to get in the way when this is opened and have this coming down by the hinge there, because it would bend. So that's why. But if I put it up here and I put the brad right there, then you should be able to just turn it around like so. Yeah. Okay. So we want this to go here. I want the brad to go about there. So what I'm going to do is poke a hole. Oopsie. About, gotta get it in the center here. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be in the center. I could put it to the side. Or, yeah, I'll just put it here. What I'm trying to do, and I'm gonna have, oh, I did do it. Oh, good. I wasn't sure if that was going through the paper or not. There we go. It did it. Yay. Cool. All right, so we're going to push that through. Okay. And I'm just going to reach in there and open the brad if I can. Oh, geez. Oh, I think I got it. Yep, I got it. Yay. Okay. Do I need to put a piece, I'm thinking, do I need to put a piece of paper over the brad? I guess I should, and then that'll just twist itself, you know? Because the brad doesn't need to move, just the paper, correct? I don't do this very often, so. Maybe I'll leave it. Because it's easy enough to reach in there. I can put a piece of paper. Let's see. We'll put one of these in there. I'll just go ahead and do it. Hopefully it's not going to mess it up. I'm going to kind of let the brad move, I think. I'm just going to put the paper around it so that the edges of the brad are covered without covering the actual center of it. Let me get some tweezers and put this in there. Where are my tweezers? Oh, come on. Seriously. I just had them. There's a pair. Okay. Okay. Yay, so it went in. See? And I didn't, like I said, I didn't actually touch the glue onto the brad, so it should still be able to move. I just wanted the sharpness of those not to catch paper when I put journal cards in there or something. There. Good. All right. Now, let's close it. There we go. So there's our little closure. And I love it. And we can decorate, like I said, you can decorate this. This one's really cute without any too much. We do need to do a little distress on here. I just noticed something, where it's folded. I need to bring a trim along this back. I don't want to cut it, but when it's closed, it is showing the back side of the fold. There we go. Nope. Gotta be really careful. Anyway, okay. Well, I'm glad I remembered how to do it because I wasn't sure if I was going to remember how to do this. Like I said, I think it's probably been over a year since I made one of these. So, this particular piece. So, yeah. And usually, I'm trying to remember. I can't remember. I'll have to look. But I think I actually normally use thicker cardstock. But it really does, this piece can really bulk out your journal. So, you want to be mindful of that. And it can be where you could put this in as a clip-in and have it as a floating piece. I prefer it to be glued in, personally. So this back half, I'm not going to worry about because it's not going to be showing. I'm only focusing on the inside and the front for my distressing. How about you go over here? I know, it can be painful to watch me. I'm sure. Because I'm so clumsy about stuff. I'm always, fumbling. I really believe a lot of it is my space is so limited, honestly. But we'll see. Because someday, when the Lord blesses me with a bigger home and I have a crafting room, if I have a larger area to work, because I plan at that point on, praise the Lord, by the Lord's grace, getting like a big table to work off of, one of those big white tables that you can get at Walmart, something like that. And then using my desk, for other means. And right now I'm stuck with this little desk, and it's not, it's a normal size desk. It's not tiny, but it's not one of the fuller sized like I was used to when I worked in the office, And anyway, I'm thinking when I get into the bigger space, I won't be quite so clumsy. But you never know, right? You just never know. It could be that we know I'm clumsy, but it could be that that's why I'm always doing it anyway. It's just because I'm clumsy. I'm trying to give myself a break here, though. Yeah. Okay, so we are, it doesn't look like it's, oh, no, I guess I did hit it. Okay, so there we go. There we go. Now we are done with that one for now. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I wanted to do gold. Otherwise, I'll forget. I don't want to forget. And the gold shows up so pretty on this. Look at that. That paper's so vibrant and dark. I love papers that are really have a lot of depth to them. I adore that look, personally. Do a little on the inside. We're just doing gold, gold, gold. Miss Tara loves the gold. Oh, I had church yesterday and I was teaching the kids. Oh my gosh, you guys, they're so cute. They're so funny. I did, at the end, we're starting to do this new thing where we break up into groups and we do small group teaching. So like I do the lesson, then we go over to the older kids class and we do worship. And then he does the lesson. And then when we come back, we do a game that reiterates the lesson. We read the word again. And we do, and now lately we've been breaking up into small groups, and oh my goodness, the kids are so funny. We played the game of telephone, and I was telling them the dumbest little things, like my first one I tried to pass around was Miss Tara loves teaching this class, and by the time it got to the second girl, she couldn't remember. She's like, I can't remember what you said. I can't remember what you said. So I switched the secret to Miss Tara loves popsicles at bedtime. And by the time it got back to us, I loved I loved some weird thing, and I'm like, seriously, it was so funny. They're 5 to 7. Okay, I think 8, 5 to 8. So yeah, precious. It was so fun. So let's see here. we've got that one. And we did this. Where's my other one? I set all my stuff on top of it. Okay, there we go. So what do you guys think? Do you like these? Do you want to take 10 minutes more and decorate one of them here? This takes longer to decorate, so I'll probably do this one. So let us see. What do we want to decorate with? We can use laces. These are really a lot of fun. I think I'm going to put some lace on the flap. And I love my little dollar store, you know. I think we pretty much all have this. Let's see, what else do I have? I do have this vintage lace, and I have one piece left. Oh, I think I'll put that. Just because. And I have one piece of it left, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the art glitter glue. It works really well with, I find it works really well with most lace and trims and stuff. And we're going to go ahead and just lay it down. Come on, all the way to the end. There we go. Okay. Oh, isn't that pretty? I love that lace. I'll stick it up there. One last little piece of it left. That's like the only one I have left now. Okay, now, what do we want to put? What are we going to put? Let's put a couple. Do I have a couple? Let's see. Let's do... Oh, they're cute. But they're a little modern for... I'm trying to find an older couple. Not an older couple. I mean, older in age, but like from an older time period. Yeah, see? Too young. Too new. Too new. Totally 20th century. I may not have one in here. I don't remember if I do or not, or if I have one left, you know. Still too 20th century. She would look pretty on there, but she doesn't have a gentleman with her. Maybe I have a gentleman I could put with her. I don't know. Let's see. Yep, this one's a little closer to the time frame. Yep, too modern. Too modern. You know what? Let's see. I think they're too big in the picture. There's a couple in this kit, in one of these kits that I got. I could tear their picture out of this piece of paper, but I'm not sure. I may have used it already. I'm just scanning through here real quick to see if I can find any. I could have sworn I had one more piece with them on it. Yep, here we go. Look. See? There we go. I'm going to use them because they flow with what we're doing here, you know? Now, got all my peeps everywhere. Okay, I'm going to cut and then tear. I was thinking that I will just do this front because I don't really have, I think I'll tear from here. Gives me more room to work with. Anyway, I was going to say I don't really have time to do both. I would love to keep the butterflies, but I think it's going to end up covering our pretty little heart if I do. Let's see. See what we can do here. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to cover our heart. Maybe I should put them back here and decorate this part. Aw, that's cute right there. See, that's what I mean. I know we have to learn to just cover things up, you know, let things peek out from underneath stuff or whatever. I do have a hard time with some of that when it comes to certain, you know, certain papers and stuff. Oh, and like I said, Tina's papers are so pretty. Oh my gosh, I just, oh, I adore her creations. Okay, and we're going to do some gold around these guys. We'll do something else to the front. I don't want to completely cover up that heart. Or, yeah, we'll do something. I don't know. Let's see. There's nothing I can do about covering it if I put them. I mean, I could put them right there and let part of the heart show. If I got rid of the butterfly, I'm like, oh, I don't want to get rid of the butterflies. If I get rid of the butterflies, then most of the heart is going to show. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I can use them on the other side. Maybe if I separate them, you know. I'm consoling myself with that idea. So tell me in the comments what you're thinking of this journal so far and the idea of dedicating it to Miss Tina. I just thought it was a fun idea since she's taught me so much, and I just love her to pieces. I do. I know she doesn't know me, but I just adore her. There we go. Or do we want it on this side? I think we want it on that side because it looks like she's staring at the heart. Kinda. Or maybe we can put those butterflies on the other side of the heart and then she can be looking at them as well, right? Let's see how that goes. I don't ever really tear paper down like that and do this kind of thing, but I just thought these guys would look really cute on here. You know? Now, I've got core here and I don't like that as much. I don't like distressing on it as much either. It doesn't, let's see if I can get rid of most of it without tearing the butterflies apart. Did it. Yay. I find it harder to distress the core part of the paper. I know a lot of people use it and don't even think twice, and I find it more difficult for me to get rid of that white. Okay. Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm going to put them over here. Yeah, they worked. It worked. Yay. So happy. And then, of course, we have to put a sentiment of some kind. You know, we got to put some words. I love the words. I was thinking, but I don't know if it would do on here or not, but I was thinking I could stamp something on here as well. Oh, they look so cute. Oh, I like that. Okay. Pretty, pretty, pretty stuff. Isn't that gorgeous? They look so cute on there. Oh, now, let's see. Let us see. I know I have one that says together. And I'm not sure. I don't have it like in a cursive style. I do have this one that says sentimental, but it really, the color doesn't match. I have some darker green in here, but most of it's got that aqua tint to it and turquoisey look. So this one's better, the together. Should I tear this one around the edges or should I leave it straight? I kind of feel like I should tear it because everything's torn on here. I could be wrong. Maybe I should have left it straight because everything's torn on here. I don't know. What do you artists think about that? There's probably some rule of symmetry that I don't know. Okay. Just takes a second. Oh my gosh, my thumbnails get so long, and Cordy's just like, those are becoming dangerous, because I accidentally scratched him the other day, and then I did it again yesterday. I was like, oh, sorry. He goes, those are just downright dangerous fingernails. My poor baby. I thought of it because I was doing my paper, and I told him I have to have them long. I have to have my thumbnails because I use them to rip my paper. That's the biggest reason that I use them for. I probably should have looked at where I wanted to lay this out first before I did that, but I think right here. Or do I like it down here? I think I like it up here. Okay. And I'm going to add just a little bit of, I'm just kind of barely brushing it. And I should have golded this. Duh. We'll just tap it a little bit around the edges. Okay. And then I want to go ahead and do my little brush thing. And if you just lightly scratch it across, it really gives it that burnished kind of look, like we get with the flakes. See? Like in these spots. Not right there, but like down in here. That look. If you do it right. I went too hard right there. What happened was a piece of the paint came up. Like, there we go. Like that. A piece of the paint, I skidded it across there and it made it look too dark. So we're also going to come up here and just lightly brush the gold. Okay. I'm not tapping it on them. I don't want it to get on the people. I just want it to be kind of around them a little bit. It just looks old and vintage when you do that. Okay. So now when I finish, I'll probably decorate the top and this. That's what I usually do. Not a big decoration, just some type of sentiment or picture, you know. But yeah, there's our lovely little, lovely romantic picture. Now this will be easier to tie once it's glued into the book on its page, of course. There we go. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video for part 3 of the Scrumptious ShabbyDabbyDooDah Junk Journal. That's what I've decided to call it. I know it's long, but I like it. So I hope you guys like it. I hope you're having fun with this and with me. I love you so much. Thank you for being with me and hanging out with me. And thank you for liking the video and sharing if you can. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing and becoming a part of the family. We'd love to have you. And I will see you in the next video. God bless you. Bye-bye.